Alright folks, and welcome back to the channel. We're here to discuss tomorrow night's game as Celtic travel to Holland to face Feyenoord in the Europa League. We'll also discuss the news that Wilfred Nancy is basically all but done to become the next Celtic manager. I'm joined by Alistair to go over everything. How you doing, Alistair?
Good, thanks, mate. I must admit, I'm a bit flat for the morning night. I'm more interested in getting more finance in the door, to be quite frankly, and Easter Road.
No,
Is
I
that
agree with you.
bad of me?
No, I agree with you. I'm no. I just think we've discussed obviously because the club's kind of been at the club a lot of off the kind of field stuff has happened. Surprise, surprise. That seems to be the story of this season. But we've kind of forgot. For me, personally, I forgot we've had a game. To be honest, being Thursday, it's just kind of come at my line. The last kind of few days, I can't be bothered with Europa League. We know we're no good enough to compete in it. So
We've not got the squad for a start.
no, we haven't. I'd even question sometimes if we get the squad domestically, but that's another argument. But obviously we need to play the game. We can't exactly 3-0 forfeit or anything. So,
I'd be
um,
tempted of bare improvement. Look at that, to be honest with you.
aye. Well, I know Feyenoord lost at the weekend, but that'll be an instant. That'll be 3-0 probably
But
at
they're
half time.
back to a bill for us.
Aye. But obviously, you mentioned there, Nancy looks to be he will be the next Celtic manager. Martin O'Neill kind of confirmed that in his press conference, saying it's probably going to be his last game tomorrow. I thought he would have got Sunday, but clearly he's
I
been told
think
something
it
different.
might, Josh, because I think there were some strange ways of wording it. I think the question built up to that answer was last European game, and
Right, okay.
I think I think you'll probably find that Wolf and Nancy will start. We should really call him Brother Wolford for their own, but no, I think you'll probably find he'll start Monday, and I kind of hope that's the case, to be honest with you, because he doesn't know the players. Uh, uh, It's no start afresh on Monday, but that's just my view. I think that'd be the sensible approach.
Aye. I think he will. Well, I don't really know, but I think the consensus is, and we come together and say this, he needs to start as soon as he possibly can to start kind of getting into a squad and seeing what he deems good enough and where he thinks we need to improve, in the squad as well. So the sooner he can start, the better, because I think it'll be a month tomorrow since Brendan Rodgers had left the club, and we've still not got a permanent manager in place. So it's not acceptable. Quite like a lot of other things at the club at the moment, it's been a shambles, to be honest with you. But it's not the only thing at this club at the moment. It's been a shambles. We can't even conduct an AGM before it absolutely p- chairmans and board
Look
members
for
running
reasons
away.
to looking for reasons to call it call a halt to it.
Aye, we've got board members running away for adjourning it twice. None of this nonsense. But we need to get him in as soon as we possibly can. If that's going to be Friday or that is, as you said, Alistair, going to be that Monday, and then obviously get him in the dugout for the Dundee game. Alistair, moving on to kind of tomorrow night's game, because as I said, there's still a game to be played. The Europa League has been embarrassing for us. I
Yeah.
think that.
Let's be honest. European European football in a whole this season's been embarrassing, and I I just get the I remember how last year, Josh, sorry to backtrack, but that's a point to this. Last year, me and you were up for European football. Not
Aye.
because it was just the Champions League, because we thought we had a team to compete. That team's been asset stripped, and the ones that are still here, guys, my header, went out the door. So, at the end of the day, is it any wonder Europe's fell flat in its backside? And as you say, you're even struggling in the league, even though Martin O'Neill's steadied a ship and managed to claw back a good few points on Hearts. But no, Europe's just been an absolute mess from Kairat to Braga, even the Red Star looking back on it. See the chances we missed. I mean, it's just. I'm sorry, mate. I just find European football the state we're in a distraction.
Aye, no, you're 100% correct. And you know it's
I
no
ain't
good when you.
saying that.
Aye, it's no good when you've got board members sitting there going, well we can't, we're a lower league, we can't compete. We'll tell that to Pathos who are, doing holding their weight pretty.
Carabag, who won, who won a Champions League game. But you look, but you know what the Celtic board will do? They'll say, look at Ajax, they can't compete.
Doesn't it? It's aye, but that's the way they will look at it, and it's all wrong. But the fact, forget Champions League for a minute. The fact this isn't even, see if I would be looking forward to them winning each game. If I thought, but we could maybe get something for here, or we could maybe get something for Roma, we could maybe get something for Braga, we could maybe get something for Red Star. But we didn't get the squad for the Europa League. How? That is a dereliction of duty.
Because it's been asset stripped. Let's be honest.
Aye.
I mean, you can say we're missing players. We've got one European class player that we're missing, Jota. That's it. That's it.
Aye, no, they are. You know,
In an
but
attacking sense, I'm talking about. You could maybe
aye,
say Johnston and Vickers. But at the end of the day, if you don't replace a forward line, you're asking for trouble, even at Europa League level.
aye. Alistair, our opponents obviously tomorrow, Feyenoord. They are probably a team that would like to win the Champions League, like us. But they're still a top Dutch league team who's at top of the Dutch Eredivisie.
No, they're actually
That,
4 points behind now.
I'm just seeing that now, actually. Aye, so as you can see here now, 4 points behind PSV Eindhoven, managed by Robin van Persie.
Wow.
Aye. But, I mean, it's still got to be a tough task. I think even if we had a decent enough squad, it would still be a tough task. As for the Europa League, I'm just looking through, they're sitting 29th. They're sitting
Actually, below us by a point.
Aye. As you said, the record of it, I'm just looking here, the record last few games, lost to NEC 4-2 at home, lost 2-1 to Go Ahead Eagles, lost to Stuttgart 2-0 in the Europa League, lost to Volendam they won against Volendam 3-1 and then lost.
Never even heard of them.
Lost.
That's not bad.
Aye, lost to PSV by 3 goals to 2. I don't really know what to say about it because I think it's going to be a tough task in the Dugout. As I said, if we had a decent enough squad, it would be still a tough enough task. But the fact,
if we had last year's team, I'd fancy my chances.
aye, but the fact is, we've got this, as you said, asset strip team. I don't have any hopes for us, and I hope we come on here, and I'm completely wrong, but we're just not good. We're just not a good football team. I'm sorry to say.
Well, what Workman like? Do you know what situation we're in? Remember Angie's first season when we forfeited the Bodo Glimt tie to try and win the league? We're back in the same position.
Aye.
Unbelievable.
But
We're back in the same position.
But what I would say even about that season, that was maybe deemed acceptable enough because we were up against, a good Rangers team at the time who eventually got to Europa League final that year, and we were trying to go, which I could understand at that point, fine when in a transition kind of period. But now, we are not up against much domestically Hearts' eye for the good season. Rangers are starting to kind of, get their act together and doing what they need to do, sacking who they need to sack. I didn't think football clubs could do that, mind you, but
Depends if you want to do it or not.
exactly, it's called having balls to do stuff, and we don't have balls to do stuff. We just want to scratch each other on the back and make out that they're doing a fantastic job when they're doing it.
You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Pretty much, aye. But, so it was deemed enough acceptable, but now, with this Feyenoord game, I could end the preview this way and just say, I don't care. I'm sorry, I might be coming across so negative right now, but I'm only purveying how I feel about this game. I just don't care.
I'm going to say something, Josh. I'd take a 3-1 defeat if it meant we won at Easter Road. That's where we at the minute, folks.
Aye,
And
exactly.
I'm not going to be happy I'm going to if it was 3-1, but I'll be honest. Can anybody put in the comments if you think we can get, honestly, hand on heart, get a result tomorrow night?
Aye.
And we hate saying that. We hate being negative, folks, but well, what else can we be?
Aye. The predictions will be fun at the end of this video. Might be the first predictions we both predicted defeat. Anyway,
I think I could.
it's it's the fact that you mentioned it there about I would if you could guarantee us a winning Sunday or this last season we were
Millwall destroyed Hibs
aye
last night, by the way.
the fact last season we were fighting in both fronts with Aberdeen had dropped 2 points
Right?
until about December time.
No, later than that, January the
Was it
2nd.
January the 2nd?
Aye.
It's just, I mean, nuts, man. I mean, honestly, and it just, as you said, Alistair, just shows how far we're falling. In terms of team selection, Alistair, the only slight bit of good news, we've got some players seeming on their way back.
Actually in the squad, I believe.
Aye, so is he actually going to be the answer? He's another option when we need options up that side of the
That's all I
pitch.
would say. Looking at Walford Nance's style, Kalechi and Atcho's on borrowed time at Celtic.
Aye. We kind of thought that it was kind of a patchwork, but just a complete patchwork on the bad window that we had, basically, and that's what it's kind of came to fruition. In terms of team selection, Alistair, Schmeichel also been goals.
Yeah.
Ralston will probably at right back, I'd imagine. I'll see.
Donovan, because I seen enough of Ralston against. I'd play Donovan because at least Donovan can run. And Feyenoord have got winger. The thought of Tony Ralston up against fast wingers. No for me. I'd play Donovan.
Aye. Centre halves, I've only got two, so Scales and Trusty. Left back, I think will be Tierney. I don't think it would be smart to completely rush Sriracha back.
No, I think you might see Sriracha on Sunday. Spoiler.
Midfield, Callum McGregor will play. I think he may play Negrin, and he might play Arne Engels with that kind of two defensive midfielders then.
That'd be my three.
So I think you might go with two defensive midfielders and then go with that kind of attacking midfielder. Then out wide, we're spoiled for choice.
I've got a funny feeling Young's going to start.
I actually thought he made a bit of difference when he came on, to be honest with you. Minor
Yeah,
than he offer.
actually did, aye.
He
always seems to play well at Newton Park. I don't know what that is because he scored the last time we were there.
Maeda obviously I don't think was that great.
Middle.
But I think Yang could play. Taneki also playing the left hand side, and I think he could play Dyson Maida through the middle because I'm sorry, Johnny Kenny's not good enough at it. And that could offend a lot of people. Or people might be saying I'm way order there, but
Johnny
I've just
Kenny's a Celtic back player when you're playing Dundee. Quite
aye,
fun.
I've just never really been the biggest fan of him personally, but that's just me. Um,
Just shows you where we're at as a squad, mate.
no, I know definitely. In terms of Wilfred Nancy,
Or the Wolford.
aye, well, brother Wilfred. I hope.
The t-shirts getting sold in the village.
Oh, fine. Not even the superstore. See the wee flag guys outside the grun, man.
Yeah,
Fucking
I know.
flags, man. They'll be
You
like,
want commission on that?
aye.
Kevin Page.
No. I mean, yeah, he's coming in. He's going to be the next manager of Celtic Football Club.
Pity him.
I do pity him, and I hope he does really well. But I think he's any manager that's going to deal with this absolute.
I think we should say this, and we'll probably do a video when Wilfred Nancy does his first press conference and such. But I should say this, and I'm going to go into a bit of a rant here about it. See this, people want Nancy to fail before he's in the fucking country. Does my head in. He's a manager, deal with it.
Aye. Aye, no, definitely, you're 100% right there. He's not my preferred. He's not my probably number one choice. But at the end of the day, he's going to be the manager of Celtic Football Club. He will have all my backing against not just getting it right on the park, but against this board as well.
It's going to take him 2 windows at least.
Aye, but not just on the park. He's got my back against this board, and what will endear him and his Celtic support is if he's not getting his players in that he needs in January. See if he comes out and says, "Hurry up." That will endear you to the supporters because that's what I'm looking for.
Man, believe
Aye, I don't want a yes man. And I don't think yes man is going to work at Celtic because any decent manager that comes to this club isn't a yes man because they're ambitious. So I'm very hoping that he is this kind of ambitious manager that will not stand for the board's pish. Because he'll know what's going on. He'll know he would have done his research. He will know the fans that are really pissed off for the board. And I hope if he starts to get pissed off, he doesn't deal with their shite. So I think that's very important for this manager. Getting it right on the park, but if he's also getting fucked about, you come out and call them out. Ange Postecoglou done it in the summer when he first came.
Forceful enough.
Aye, Brendan Rodgers has done it. I hope not. I hope Nancy doesn't need to do it. I hope the board do back him. I've got very big doubts. That's what I will say. But if they do start their pish, then he needs to come out and call it out. So it's very important. There's 2 things: not being a yes man, and he obviously getting it right on the park, which is the main thing.
And I hope, I'm pleased to know he's getting his own staff. I think that is massive because I am sick of jobs for the boys as well, Joyce. I am sick of that. I mean,
unless it's Mark Fodring.
Yeah, well, Mark Follingham's just in the door, to be fair. I hope he's the one with. Well, no, I hope it's no Gavin Strachan.
No, it can't be, honestly. And that is the one positive, and I agree with you on that. There's been too many managers. Now, they might have wanted, Gavin Strachan, but I highly doubt that. Not just Gavin Strachan, there's been other, a manager that needs his own coaching team.
I hope Wilfred Nancy's went in with and said, I've got these by the short and curlies and got what he wanted.
Aye.
Guarantees, written guarantees. Um, and hopefully we can sort this because this has been an absolute shambles, and we do need to back him because he's our manager at the end of the day. Like we back times, and I tell you another thing as well, Joy, we're going to have to be patient. I
Oh no,
think that I think
it's
that
not a quick fix, but what I will caveat, you're still at Celtic Football Club, you're still expected to get results.
I know, mate, but I'm just dampened
No,
expectations.
definitely, aye. I'm
Because
not expecting it to come in and turn us into a world beaters every night, but at the end of the day, when you come in on Monday, your
one
first game,
game, one
aye,
style for the first 6 months, just
you're
one game.
aye, you're expected to get a result against Dundee. Then you're expected you come into a clash with Hearts at Celtic Park. You're
It's a
expected to get
season, it's a season defining game, that.
aye, you're expected to get a result there. So I get what you mean with the whole, you need to, it's not going to be a quick fix. Of course it isn't, but you're still expected to get results. But obviously, once he sits down with the media, you'll probably have a clearer picture of what he's about. And talking about backroom teams and whatever else. Alistair, to finish up, I'm going to do the score predictions for the Monday night's game. I mean,
Who's going first? You can go first, because I don't
oh,
care.
are we allowed to? Are we allowed to say defeats?
You can do what you want, no.
Right, I can't. Right, 1-1.
That was mine. I'm gonna go to each then. God knows where we're getting 2 goals, baby.
By the way, that's not. By the way, I'm going to out myself here. That's not what I really think. To be honest,
Can't put what you would really think,
if
man.
if I'm going with my heat, we're getting beat probably 3 or 4-1, right? But right,
You
but
can't. You'd be fucked off the banner for that.
um, but if I'll go with my heart and say one each. Don't know where we're getting the goal for, but we'll hopefully that we get it from somewhere. But I'm going to wrap up there for the Feyenoord versus Celtic match preview. We'll be back with post-match reaction probably on the Friday. Just I've got some uni work and stuff I need to catch up on, so I'll not be able to do it straight after the game. So we'll catch up on Friday where
That
we'll
might be a good thing.
we'll talk about the game, good or bad. If it's bad, then hopefully. Aye, hopefully a bit more calm, and then we can also hopefully get me on the news on kind of Wilfred Nancy. But until then, we'll speak to you later. And hail, hail.
Hail, hail.